Making the modern sock poses a host of challenges for designers. It has to be curved to match the natural shape of the foot, absorb moisture and odor, and it all has to come together without scratchy seams that could irritate sensitive feet. At the Falca factory, head designer Byron Koenraad works out the clever stuff.
I would come up with ideas to make a sock, and then I will then put it in the machine program.
The computer design specifies pattern and the mix of materials to be used. Cotton gives comfort and breathability to socks for daily wear, while Lycra adds flexibility to sport socks. With the design locked, the program converts them into patterns that can be read by the factory's computerized knitting machines. The physical sock starts out as a roll of yarn. And unless you want your socks in stylish white, this yarn has to be dyed. Anand Krishna is the king of colour who oversees the process.
We are here in the dye house where we do all the colouring of the different yarns.
Dyeing takes place in pressurized containers at up to 130 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the fibers can open and absorb the dye particles. After a minimum of 6 hours, the newly colourful yarns emerge, bright red for when you're feeling brave.
This would get dried and then goes into the knitting production.
The yarns go onto one of 340 computerized knitting machines on the shop floor. The high-tech machines cost $35,000 apiece. They reproduce Byron's designs perfectly. Each one can make 120 pairs a day. The tricky thing about knitting socks is forming a tube shape with no uncomfortable seams. These machines get around the problem by knitting in a circle, building up the threads layer by layer to form a hollow tower that eventually becomes the tube.
Everything okay? Yep.
For knitting floor manager Kenneth Smith, the scale and complexity of sock production can cause a few headaches.
In this room we manufacture 32,000 pairs a day. In the sock we have nylons, we have cotton, polyester, and even elastics. It's complicated.
Getting the elastic in the wrong place would make for saggy socks, but the computer-controlled machines never drop a stitch. However, at this point, the socks are still a little drafty.
Oh, the toes is open, so we must sew the toes.
The linking process sorts that out. The toe end of each sock is placed onto the teeth of a specialized sewing machine. It's a tricky job that has to be done by hand for every single sock. Steady fingers place each stitch. Then the machine sews the sides of the toe end together with a single thread. The hands-on touch makes a more durable and comfortable sock. Susan Josephs is the queen of the needle, but even for her, the job isn't easy.
Your eyes must be very good if you do linking, because linking is very, very sensitive.
These socks are finished, but the strange thing about new socks is that they look like they've just escaped from the laundry basket.
This is what the sock looks like before it is formed.
They fix this problem with a giant steamer and a moving row of metal feet.
We do the steaming chamber, which is 110 degrees for about 15 seconds.
The heat reshapes the socks to make them foot-shaped.
The sock will come out like this. It will now keep this position. So this is a finished product now.
The completed product is put into pairs, packed and stacked, ready to disappear mysteriously in washing machines worldwide.